and we have Lisa Kreisky and Abbie Williams from Stage Door Entertainment, and this is about the kids' musical show based on a Manx ABC book, which is starting its tour around the Isle of Man, starting this Saturday. Lisa, just tell us the whole premise of this. What's happening?
So it's a capsule performance that we did for Theatre Fest 19 back in October, and it was so well received that we decided that we wanted to take it on tour around the island so more people could see it. One of the criticisms that we received was that it was only on for one night, not enough people got to see it, perhaps they wanted some matinees, so we took that by the horns and we're taking it to Ramsey, Laxey, Peel and Port Erin.
And this book, we actually had the author Gemma on the show just before Christmas. And I mean, it is beautiful. How on earth do you go about translating a book like that into a stage performance?
Well, I've got two words for you. Christine Sutcliffe. One day she said to me, do you know what would be brilliant? I went to see this Snail on the Whale at the Gaiety Theatre. And it'd be brilliant to turn something like the Manx ABC book into something like that. Now, I hadn't seen Snail on the Whale, and I was like, what on earth are you talking about? And she told me what she had in her brain, and I thought she was absolutely crackers. But it turns out that when you put my mind and her mind together, it works pretty well. Yeah.
That is brilliant. Okay, so we've got Abbie with us, who's in the show. Just tell us what you do in the show then, Abbie.
So I'm playing one of the dancers, and it's sort of meant to sort of signify that myself and Isaac, who plays older Isaac, we are the imagination versions of the two children, and we come on dressed the same as the children who were reading the story, and we come on and we do like bits of dancing and to different bits of the song, and yeah, it's just really fun to be able to like bring the story to life.
So Lisa, who is this aimed at then?
This is aimed, well, for anybody really. I mean, my mum came to see it and really enjoyed it. My friend's child came to see it and really enjoyed it. But really it's aimed at anybody from nursery age all the way up to primary school age, I would say. It's based on an ABC book, but it's got really witty dialogue. It's got fantastic songs. It's got great dancing, obviously, by Abbie and Isaac.
Nice and colourful.
It's very colourful. We use the original pictures from the book, the original rhymes from the book, and it's just a fun, crazy, colourful, bouncy, energetic show for everybody, really. But yeah, it's aimed at kids, really.
Yeah.
So, because you mentioned there the rhymes, because as we found out when we were talking to Gemma, the book, which we should say is illustrated by Kim G, who's done an amazing job with the illustrations, there are those little rhymes. So I suppose they sort of lend themselves to lyrics in a way.
Absolutely. It's written like a song, really. But what Christy and I found as we were researching it was that there are lots of Manx songs by Lynn Marsh, to name but a few, that are perfect for it. You know, we've got a song called I'm a Manx Cat. We've got Hello Little People. They're real songs. They're real songs, and we put them in the show. It's amazing. And we've also got some fantastic instrumentals by David Holland and Katie Lawrence. And it's just fun. And I think that as a parent myself, and I know Chrissy feels the same, sometimes when you've got young kids, it's a pain to schlep them all the way down to, I don't know, the Gaiety or the Studio Theatre or somewhere in Douglas. So we thought, well, why not take this popular show and take it to the people who want to see it?
Yeah.
And I must say it's very reasonably priced as well, because not everybody can afford to pay 25 quid to go and see a show, can they? Let's face it.
It's true. And I think you're absolutely right, because there's a few people have been doing this now, and I think hopefully we'll see more of this sort of touring around the island, because it used to be everything was very Douglas-centric.
Yes.
And now we have got these theatres out, you know, in other parts of the island, and also smaller venues you can get into. And it's wonderful, as you say, that it does give the people a chance to see it without having to think, oh, I've got to trek into Douglas to go and do it, and, you know, fork out for a cab or drive in there, find parking, you know, etc., etc.
We also wanted to run it especially for Abbie and Isaac Murta, who is the other dancer. We've got little Isaac and big Isaac. They are wanting to go into it professionally. So what better way to learn about how a small scale theatre and education tour is run than actually doing it in practice? It is educational, but it's making education a really fun thing, which I loved doing when I was working over in the UK. And it's exciting to be able to do it and have the opportunity, thanks to the Isle of Man Arts Council, to do it on the Isle of Man.
Terrific stuff. And it's running, again, if people want to actually go and see it, what's the best way if they're thinking, oh, this sounds fantastic, how do I go about, where are you coming up?
Well, funny you should ask that.
There you go.
Tickets are available at www.eventbrite.co.uk. So you can book tickets through there. They're only £5. There's a show on this...
I'm going to test now. I've got them written down here. Go on, Lisa. Go on.
Go on,
Right.
You can do it.
Okay, I've got it.
Right,
Right.
No pressure.
Abbie, when's the fun in Ramsey? It's
It's the 11th of January.
Correct.
Shows at St Paul's Hall,
Yeah.
and it starts at 1 and 3.
Oh,
Fantastic.
We've got
That's
2
big.
matinees.
Okay.
Then the Laxey one is on the 19th of January
Correct.
at Laxey Working Men's Institute. Again, shows at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. It's only a 45-minute show, so plenty of time to keep your kids interested. Then the next one is on the 2nd of February.
Mm-hmm.
It
And
is
where's
at
that?
The Erin Arts Centre in Port Erin, and shows are again at 1 and 3.
And then the final one is on the 1st of March at Peel Centenary Centre. And guess what times it's at? 1 and 3.
Hey.
Loads of opportunities. And as Lisa was just saying there, Abbie, you obviously have your sights set on doing this more in the future. When did you first start doing sort of performances?
Well, I've been going to lessons, and I've sort of had my sights set on this since I started primary school. It's been a while. I've been training since about the age of 4, and it's really good to be able to get the support of people like Chrissy and Lisa, and because there's just so many opportunities, like especially over here, there's so many opportunities for theatre and for young people who are passionate about theatre, that it's just like doing shows like Emma's for Manx Cat and Theatre Fest. I took part in that as well. It's just good to get experiences like that.
And it must be inspiring as well to see the people that have gone on before you who've done so well,
Yeah.
especially the ones obviously who've sort of gone off the Isle of Man and
Yeah.
done certain things. So do you have any sort of people you look up to who've gone and done stuff before?
Well, I look up to people, look up to Lisa.
Oh,
Good answer.
right answer.
Good answer. Yeah. Another egg. Yeah.
And I think, like Lisa, Georgia Maddox, she's just done Panto over here, and like Laura Piggott, they've been like huge inspirations to me. Yeah.
We'll take over the world.
That's
We
nice.
will.
Absolutely.
Girl power.
We're Lisa and Chrissy at the helm. There you go.
What more could you want? Guys, thanks ever so much for coming in today. There you go. It sounds fantastic show. Lots of colour, lots of dancing, lots to learn. Take the whole family, and you've got no excuse because it's all over the island.